Oh, okay. So Jennifer, you're going to tell us a little bit about who your target market was and sort of the concept for your suite.
Absolutely. So the target market that I had in mind with developing this space is a young couple, maybe in their 20s or early 30s. They've perhaps grown up in this community, and they've spent the last, most of their adult life creating their sense of style and sense of self in an urban setting. But they are expecting their first child. So as they develop a family, they want to, perhaps it's a cost factor moving back to the community where they're from, or being closer to family and help with children. And they choose to move back to this Morgan Crossing area, but they don't want to change their lifestyle. They just want to change the location. So they want to remain on the pulse of what's hip and happening in the lifestyle that they've known, and just do it here in Morgan Crossing.
Cool. My question that I had for you was, what did you find the most challenging doing this Play Suite?
As much as it might seem obvious that it would be budget, because working $12,000 to do a two-bedroom place from art to painting to furnishings, it is challenging, but I'm familiar with doing that. I'm most of the clients that I normally work with are on a budget. I think timing. It was a quick turnaround over the holiday season. It's challenging to get contractors and people to be willing to come to work between Christmas and New Year's.
How many hours do you think you spent?
Oh, I have no idea. Lots.
Yeah. See that bed? That's where I slept.
I wanted to ask you about the lighting. I think you've done some kind of interesting things with the lighting and maybe some unconventional things. So maybe you could talk about that a little bit.
Sure. Well, the inspiration for the whole suite was actually this orange lamp right here, the vintage brass and orange. I'm a big fan that vintage lighting and vintage books can help layer space. And so even if you have newer pieces that, on a budget, if they're from a more traditional retailer, if you add in some eclectic pieces, it gives a different sense of personality and style that you maybe can't get from brand new lighting.
Yeah, great job.
Thank you.
I'm just going to walk around and sort of just point some of the things I think are really working for the space.
Okay.
I think I'm going to leave it to sort of these guys about picking up on your target clients and that kind of stuff.
Great.
I think we all really loved how you were able to combine sort of the brass and the chrome. It seems to be a trend that we're seeing a lot of.
Yeah.
This is really a big statement.
Yeah.
Maybe too big for some people, but
Yeah.
In the end, I think if you're pushing people's boundaries about design and stuff, that's always a good thing. Often people don't really know what they're looking for until you show it to them. I think, we all thought that nobody would probably ask for this little dining room, but as soon as they saw it, they would like it.
Yeah.
Again, picking up on trends with the stripes, we're seeing a lot of big, bold stripes, and the fact that you did them both horizontally and vertically
Yeah, I love that.
is great.
I love the punch right when you walk in, that there was an obvious focal point right when you came in. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it kind of a fun vignette,
Yeah.
and it's a real focal point for the room.
It's just a small thing for me, it's a technical thing, but you've got all your tape lines really straight.
This was his first comment.
I know, but
The lines are
it's
straight.
one of these things that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Putting tape on the wall is something we've seen for a long time. It's a really good economical solution to do nice design statements, but for me, if it's technically not done right, it drives me crazy. Picking up on your wallpaper, there's a lot of it.
Yes.
We like the fact that there's this big color punch that draws your eye. More wallpaper here. We had to have some other comments about maybe too much pattern on pattern here. Personally, for me, and I'm only speaking personally with the wallpaper, I would have liked to see maybe take the same budget for wallpaper and do half as much wallpaper and order something really, really unique. I think a lot of the choices you've made are really unique, and I wish the wallpaper was just maybe a little bit more unique.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that you're willing to go for it with the wallpaper.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask her these guys.
Yeah, well, we all walked through and we all were making the comments. So he's sort of voicing some of the things that we all were discussing together. So he's talking for all of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all had sort of similar comments. My one thing is I'm a big believer in having some continuity in your palette throughout the space, which you had done. I wish that you hadn't picked up another color with the blue and then just sort of had left it with the orange and the green and maybe put a punch of black over here. I thought that was kind of missing.
Okay.
Black always really helps anchor
Yes.
the space. So, and you have it, the charcoal over here and some black. It would have been nice just to balance it a little bit.
Okay.
And then we all agreed we'd love to take those pillows off those chairs and just see the chairs because they're so great to look at.
Yeah, let me pick up on that with the vintage flourishes. I think you've just done an amazing job there.
Thank you.
With the lighting in particular, we were all really impressed with your choices. And I think, the whimsy that you brought to the design without going over the top into kitschiness.
Right.
So you really nailed that well, and I think that you counterbalanced some of the more whimsical aspects with more traditional colors in this sort of story here that you've created. So I think really good job. And as a mother, I also love your nursery.
Thank you.
I think you did a really great job there.
Thank you.
It's gender neutral, which is really nice, and it's something that's really difficult to do. And I'm a big believer in strong color in nurseries versus the kind of pinks and blues and that type of scenario. So I think you did a really good job in the nursery.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Anything else that we want to? I was talking a little bit about editing, and just because I know there's like that fine line of if it when you're merchandising a space, because I do it all the time. There's that fine line. It's like, do I put it there or don't I put it there? You probably get to do the same, right? Should I?
Yeah.
And then so there's just a few things that I would maybe have edited, like and this is really just picky, but from a merchandising point of view strictly, is maybe like some of the smaller things, like maybe not the 2 owls, maybe just the one larger one, and taking just a few things away. Would just clean it up just a little bit for me from a merchandising point of view. But I think that overall, great job.
And
Totally get it. Like when you were talking about your target.
Yeah.
So obvious that you know exactly who you were talking about and who you wanted it to be, and you totally nailed it. So.
And I think the willing to take risks here is great.
Yeah,
Because
you
they're
showed
successful.
a lot of creativity.
Most
I
of
think.
those risks paid off, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is this vintage?
Yes, it is.
It's great.
Yeah.
We all love that.
Thank
Yeah, we thought you did a great job. Your solution for the light treatment there, very creative.
Where is this from?
Yeah.
I like that.
And we all want one.
It's Home Depot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
That's cute.
And it's actually just like vellum paper. So
Right.
it's really light. So when I picked up the box, I thought, oh my god, I got ripped off. The light's not even in here. And then I opened it and it's just really light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we like that you remembered the balcony.
So from a marketing perspective, we always have to put a queen bed in a master bedroom. It always,
Oh,
because people always want to know that you can fit a queen bed.
right.
And my point also,
Yeah.
having a baby.
Yes.
So in this scenario,
Yes.
you've got to have ideally you'd have a king bed.
Of course. Yes. Yes.
But a queen, definitely.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but we all love the bedspread, and it's the only color really in here, and the else is neutral, and I think that was a good choice, not to try and put another color in here.
Great.
I love the black wall.
Great.
Love it.
Yeah, we do like that you've chosen some darker paint colors. Matthew was pointing out in the other bathroom as well that he thought that really worked.
Yeah, I've done black in bathrooms
Yeah.
before, and explained to people that it is a neutral, as just like white is.
Yeah.
And I think people are surprised that when they do a dark bathroom like that it actually works just as well as a lighter white or off-white.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
And that, speaking of bathrooms, that when we all unanimously had said would have been nice if there was. It's almost like that one got a little bit forgotten in here.
Yeah.
That was our just one comment there.
And being the master bath, maybe shouldn't have forgotten about that. But
Yeah.
these are small, picky
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
really.
These are fantastic. I think you did
They're home
a
sense,
great
aren't they?
job
Yeah,
with
they
that
are.
and that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they were a good find.
It's all about having the eye when you go to those stores, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, remembering the balcony I think was great, because it's winter now, it's February, but come summer this door is going to be open most of the time.
Yeah.
And again, another strong color out there. And again, that vintage piece, it is vintage, right?
It is, yeah.
It
Yeah.
works really well with this, these new home sense kind of button down side tables, so it's good, great.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, just to get sounding off again on the
Yeah.
wallpaper, I love the fact that you've done wallpaper, but we all sort of wondered whether we needed to do the whole room in the
Yeah.
wallpaper.
Yeah, I like that you really took advantage of the height
Yeah.
in the space.
Yeah.
Like you really, by doing these tall side panels,
Yeah.
really draws your
Not
eye
everyone
out.
did that actually. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people.
I
didn't.
think you had some fabric donated or
I
something,
did, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
because
no-
otherwise you buy them off the shelf and
You'd never make
I mean, it
them
has to be
fit.
one of the selling
Yeah.
points of these units is that the rooms may be small, but the high
Tall.
ceilings.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
picking up on that was really good.
And the mobile emphasizes the height of the
Yeah.
ceiling too. So good job on that.
Thanks, yeah.
No, I love it. Teaching the children the Eames chairs right from the beginning.
Yes,
right?
of course. My
Smart.
daughter has the little baby version, and everyone's like, "Oh, get her like a little recliner." I'm like, "Oh no, she's gonna have the little Eames rocker."
Is that the one from Nude?
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have those too.
yeah,
They're a little dangerous. Just
Yeah.
FYI.
yeah.
Differently? What would you have done differently? Like, is there one thing you're like, oh, I should have? Or do you love it? Are you totally in love with it?
Funny for you to point out the master bathroom. We had chosen to paint it out in more of an off-white because we didn't want to be too dark. Now, when I walk through the suite, it's always the first thing I think, oh, I wish I was originally going to do the charcoal that we had in this room or things like that. I think it's hard in a small
Mm-hmm.
washroom. You don't know at what point it becomes too much stuff or,
Yeah.
washrooms are
Yeah.
meant to be pretty sterile when they're not yours and not being used.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think sometimes not
Yeah.
making a choice is actually the right choice.
Yeah.
Can be.
Yeah. And I would have liked to ditch the track lighting. That would have been something. If there had been time or money to do something different, I would-
good old track lighting.
I would have taken away the
Mhm.
track lighting. So, those things. Little things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And moved art in the nursery.
Well, I didn't even notice it when I first walked through
Yeah.
because I was just looking more at
Right.
so
When you get
the average person not gonna notice.
No, no.
Yeah, no.
So do you have a big collection
I know.
of vintage furniture and vintage accessories, or did you go out and source all of these things particularly for this project?
Yeah, all of these things are sourced for this project.
So
I
that
think-
must have taken a lot of hours.
It was a lot of time, and I was just saying to these ladies when we were outside, it's the relationships that you build with these, certain stores that specialize in those things has been the best thing that I've done for my business, more than anything else,
Mm.
because, if they know what you're looking for, they'll find it for you, their pickers are going to bring those things for you, or they'll hold it, or price, all of that stuff. I think that's been, I couldn't have done what I did with the pieces I did had I not had those relationships for sure, so it's
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you'll find in
so
your career those relationships are going to be even more
golden,
important.
yeah, totally.
So true.
I saw in your video blog that you were going to go look at some stuff on Craigslist.
Mhm.
What were the items you got on Craigslist? I'm curious.
The table and chairs,
Wow.
that light, these lights, and we found the guy that built the wooden thing.
Right. I was just curious because
Yeah.
it's become a real resource
Yeah.
for me
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. It's
Yeah.
amazing what people.
But I think a
come
lot of
up
the
with.
vintage stores have, they sell it, but then they also post it on
Right.
Craigslist, right?
Yes,
So it's
yeah.
probably from a store originally, or are they
all
individuals?
these people, we drove all over the Lower Mainland to all kinds of houses looking at this stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think people don't realize how much time actually goes into doing a display suite.
Yeah,
It's a lot of hours. Like
it is. And I think
just to find the one perfect thing.
Right, right.
Oh yeah.
And it's, I had trouble, I wanted to kind of make it more personal and feel more like a home than a traditional display suite. So bringing in some of those elements and sourcing them out became really important.
Yeah.
But it's also the thing that takes up the most of your time and then trying to put them together. It's like, okay, now we have these 20 great things. How are we going to make it go togetger?
Good. Well, congratulations. Well done.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
overall
Yeah,
really
it
Very
was
well
nice to
done.
meet you.
Thanks, nice to meet you too.
Thanks for all your
A lot of
hard
fun.
work.
Good luck.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for your input.